make that the intro that I love Elliot Cadeau or not. Yeah, it is Super Bowl week here, but we need to talk some basketball because one of the best players in the world and one of the best players to ever exist, arguably, is going to be looking for a new home. Giannis Antetokounmpo is on the trade block, like not necessarily, but the Bucks are listening to offers, ending his 13-year tenure in Milwaukee. We don't know if he's going to get traded at the deadline, offseason, but Giannis is gone in Milwaukee. We got to talk some basketball, even though it's a few days away from the big game. Welcome back, TalkBall Tweakers. This is your host, Jake Mazarski, joined by my co-host, Toussaint Fancher and Blake McQuarrie. First off, the Pistons beat the Nets by 50 last night, so we could get that out of the way right now. I wasn't expecting. I can't say. Yeah,
Not even a contest.
I
yeah,
was wondering
exactly.
if he was gonna bring it up or not.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna like act like I was expecting something different. But congratulations to you guys. The Pistons are really good and really fun. Yeah, how we feeling on a beautiful Monday? We got our Super Bowl preview out, but finally we're talking some basketball for once.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk hoop, man. It's been an exciting season, both NBA and college. It's been very exciting. So, yeah, I'm excited to talk some hoops.
It's a great season for Michigan hoops. Michigan's number two, Pistons are number one in the East. Our
Michigan
coach,
up, boy.
I mean, I'm telling you, we got two All-Stars. Our coaches in the All-Star game. If you're a Michigan
Oh,
State
world.
fan, you know Michigan State is good. If you're a Michigan State fan, like Michigan hoops is balling right now. So I feel pretty good. Have a failure season for football, but we're good on basketball.
Yeah. And the Pistons, they're one seed by what, 6.5 games, 5.5 games or something.
Hmm.
I I don't know if the New York Knicks are coming, but it's time to talk Giannis. It's time to talk other hoops. It's time to talk about how our glorious King LeBron James is in his 23rd consecutive All-Star game or whatever it is. So let's
Talk
talk
ball.
ball. We've gotten better at it. Okay, biggest story, honestly, might be bigger than the Super Bowl. Giannis Antetokounmpo. His tenure in Milwaukee's over. Like, I'm just gonna say it how it is. Even if the Bucks do not trade him at the NBA trade deadline, Giannis will be looking for a new home in the offseason. And yeah, what are your initial thoughts on this? I mean, like for me, it's just he doesn't owe the Bucks anything. I'm gonna throw it to you guys and then I'll go.
Uh, I mean, we talked about it last season, I remember, and
Yeah, we
I mean,
had such varying viewpoints of that.
Remember
we
where I
had,
thought he was
we had
going?
so many different viewpoints on that, the trade.
Brooklyn.
Um, I can't even remember what my viewpoint was on it last year. I think I was
I
just, I,
remember.
I think I was on the side of like, why not just trade him away?
Yeah.
Like, I
No,
mean,
you said like we were debating on whose fault it was that they're in this position.
oh, I
And
said it was
I
Giannis.
yeah, and I was basically like, it doesn't really matter. Like Giannis did everything. And you were like, no, it's still his fault. Like
No,
I remember
I
we had a
thought
whole that's when we had just gotten to the studio and you was like, nah. And I was
No,
like, just
I mean, I'm still like, I'm still a little bit on that side for sure. Like, I think Giannis. I mean, at the end of the day, he wanted Dame there.
Yeah.
Like, he wanted Dame there, and that shit did not work out. So it's like you can't really. Who else are you gonna blame? You
it
can't
wasn't
like,
even Dame, it was Adrian
Whoever
Griffin.
fired whoever
but
fired Abe,
that's
whoever fired their coach.
Yeah, it's
but
Adrian
that
Griffin. That's when the
but
table turned.
that
We got
that is
Doc.
That's the point, though, that I was also about to bring up now that I think I've changed over the past few months is the firing of Adrian Griffin obviously was probably the dumbest thing that the Milwaukee Bucks could have done. And I remember, I think we talked about that as well. Maybe I don't know if we were
Hmm.
I don't know if we were doing the pod yet or not, but um, I, I mean, I think we all agreed that that was stupid and that shouldn't have been done. I don't know why in the hell they fired Adrian Griffin at all. Um, and now, yeah, you bring in Doc Rivers, which I mean, Doc has been Doc, a very whatever you want to call Doc is Doc, I guess. Like, I mean, people have
He's
mixed
a Kevin
feelings about
Garnett merchant.
yeah, like I think, yeah, exactly. I think he's a very good player merchant. Had a lot of good players in Boston that's led to his success. So, he kind of figured it out in Milwaukee that like you don't got those guys. Shit ain't all, sunshine and rainbows. So, but yeah, I mean, back to Giannis, I think, I mean, it was inevitable. Like, I think now it's over. I think they trade him, obviously, get him out of there. I don't see a reason why, front office wise, you make him stay. I think that's just going to be a whole worse situation. So and like it, especially with Giannis, like Giannis can be a little petty.
Yeah.
Like Giannis can be a little petty. So it's like if he's saying he wants out, he wants out. I just think it's hilarious though how like these reports come out months before it like actually happens and like the player is like, oh no, like I never said that. I want to be here, blah 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 blah. And they try to work it out and then a few months later, they're just like, yeah, no, actually, I do want out. Like it's just funny how it comes all first full circle at some point. So that's my take on it. I think it was inevitable from the start since the report started coming out. I mean, it's been messy for the past couple of months, so I'm not shocked at all.
And
Yeah.
he was obviously he was gonna be gone after this season. There really was no hope. I felt like he was already gonna be gone by now, but really, the reality is that Bucks are literally trying to get like they're trying to squeeze every single ounce of whatever they can from the team they're trading.
Oh
Report
yeah.
was today that they were talking to the Heat and they wanted Tyler Hero and like pretty much every young player they had and every pick. So they're like high end, they're going everything, like all out, trying to get everything from teams. And obviously, that's not going to work all the way through because teams are just gonna the market dictates it all, and then everyone's just gonna be like, "Nah, we're not trading half our team for Giannis. You can keep him. You're gonna keep losing, and he's gonna be unhappy." But I mean, the reality is, in my opinion, there's really only two teams that can vie for him. There's more, but I don't think they want to gut their entire roster. People have said the Rockets. Rockets aren't trading half of their team as of right now. Um, I've heard Golden State, they don't have jack shit to offer. Who wants Jonathan Kaminga? Well, let's be honest.
Bucket.
Like we're talking about Kaminga as if he's a premier all-star. They don't even play him. Why would the Bucks want him? All right. And they have no other good players to offer. Draymond costs 25 million. No one wants Draymond. Then you go to the Wolves, which I've heard the Wolves, no one wants Julius Randle. He only works in Minnesota. All right. The Heat, maybe, but it's like, what are the Heat gonna do with Giannis? Like, to be honest, like, what are they gonna do? I see only two options, and that's Spurs and Knicks. Knicks would have to trade a lot and gut the entire team, but I'm pretty sure they would get rid of Cat in an instant for Giannis and gut half their team if they because they're not getting over the hump. They're not winning. This what this year Pistons getting even better. So you got to do something if you're the Knicks. And
Well, I
I was
mean, no, not to cut you off, but like back to the Knicks though. I remember me and you were talking about this on the pod the last time this happened with Giannis. And you had kept saying about the Knicks, and I was like, why in the hell would the Knicks trade for Giannis? They're not going to trade for Giannis. I think reports actually came out today that they're not, I don't think they're going to be in
yeah.
the Giannis
I
sweepstakes
think they're gonna give
because
it till at least the offseason. Wait, finish up.
they
Finish up.
they like their team and how it's structured right now, and they don't want to trade away anybody.
Well,
So
but a
I
part of that
agree
is
with
the
that.
landscape of the East.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, like you.
The only threat that you look at and you see are the Pistons. The Pacers don't have Halliburton. The Celtics, the reports are that Jason Tatum is probably going to take the rest of the year to not play, so they can't possibly win the East without Jason Tatum. And then after that, it's like the Magic really haven't done anything in the last couple of years. The Raptors you don't really trust. The Pistons are the only problem that they see. And if you're gonna gut and change up your whole roster for Giannis, it's like why would you do that if the East is kind of wide open?
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I don't think Giannis is going to be a Nick at
Yeah,
all.
no, I don't think he's gonna be a Nick either. My team that I think should really trade for him is the Spurs. That's who I think. Now
I
imagine,
can't
okay,
see
okay,
I can't see
okay,
that.
okay, okay. Let me give you food for thought. Food for thought. All
Okay,
right.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
You're not putting
First,
Dylan Harper in the trade package.
no, no,
Any
no,
other
he's
guard.
not. No, no, no.
Any other guard.
No, no. Harper's staying. He's staying. He's one
Okay.
of the people that's staying. He's off the table for sure.
Yeah, good. Good. Let's
First,
get that out of the
first
way.
point. First point for food thought. Giannis and Wemby. Nobody's coming near the rim. All right, you're gonna have to shoot jump shots or even 3 pointers. You can't. You can't even get close to the rim because if you go through one 7 footer, you're gonna have to find another athletic 7 footer. And then the second thing is here's my trade. Here's my trade offer. Sohan, because they said get ready, get traded, buddy. They told him that. Then I would go Devin Vassell, right? He's got a max contract, and he's kind of redundant when you have Castle. And then Carter Bryant, because I think he's just as good as a first round pick because we haven't given him much room to grow. And then if you give him, you can only trade 3 years ahead in the NBA. So if you give him like 2 firsts and a second, I think the Bucks would be okay with that. That's actually good. Vassell's a young player. You got Carter Bryant, 2 first round picks and a second. You can work with that. I think the Bucks would accept that, especially based on the market.
I'm not taking that shit.
If you're the
I
Bucks,
think
you're not taking that?
Bro,
I think they'd have
no,
to give
I'm
more.
not. For Giannis, I'm not taking that. I'm
Okay, but
getting
what else are you gonna get?
if
What
I'm
else?
if you come to me with, let's say you are Milwaukee and I'm San Antonio and you come to me with that offer, I am absolutely laughing in your face. And I'm going to say that you need to like, I'm sorry, you got to include one of the guards. One of the guards got to be in
They're
here.
not doing that. Spurs
Dylan
not
Harper,
doing that.
Stephon Castle, or De'Aaron Fox has got to be in
Oh,
this
they
trade.
can get rid of
If
Fox. They'll get rid
yeah,
of
if I'm
Fox
the
in an
Spurs,
instant.
I get rid of Fox in a
They get rid
second.
of Fox in
But
an instant.
this is the thing though. That's see, okay. If they were to include like Castle or Harper, I like it. Fox though, it's like even with Fox, it's still a little eh.
Yeah.
Like
But you're not. If you're the
because of the age.
Spurs, those are two. There's three untouchables on the Spurs. Obviously Wemby,
Yeah,
right? And then Castle and Harper. Harper he's a star waiting to happen, and Castle is already arrived.
but that's also my thing though, is like Milwaukee is going to ask for so much to
But I
where
said, but that's
you
why I said
ask for one of those three.
But that's why I
Yeah.
said the market dictates it. Look at everyone else. The Knicks aren't going to trade. Golden State's offering garbage. The Wolves aren't going to give anything because you don't want Julius Randle as the trophy piece in a trade. What else are you going to take? At some point, you got to realize
I think
like it is what it is. Like
I think
this is not like Rudy Gobert trade. You're not getting that.
I think Miami's offer would be better than that.
I mean, I think
With
with
Hero, Kale Ware, and then whatever else it was with like I think it was 3 firsts and a couple
like
seconds.
yeah, Jaquez, maybe
I
if you
don't
throw
think. I don't think. I mean, it depends on what Giannis wants. If I'm Giannis, you trade me to Miami, we're gonna
I
have
don't,
some problems.
but that's also my thing though. Is Milwaukee gonna honor what Giannis wants?
I think they are.
I think they are. I mean,
Full
I said
market.
that. Yeah, I said going back to like when we were in the studio, like the main thing for me with Giannis was he doesn't owe the Bucks anything, but the Bucks owe him something, and the Bucks owe him to just get to a good destination, even if it's conceding a little. Any offer that the Bucks are going to accept for Giannis, they are going to not necessarily win the trade since the other side's getting Giannis, but they're gonna get a good return. They're gonna get at least 3 or 4 picks. They're gonna get a young star. They're gonna get someone else. They gotta give him where he wants. It gets difficult if he says, I want to go to the Knicks and only the Knicks, because that was the thing last offseason where like he only wanted to go to New York. The Knicks didn't want to do it. And so you're sort of lost. I think for New York, it's you got to give him this year with this team because you're right. The state of the East isn't great. I still think the Knicks can beat the Pistons. I don't know if they could beat a team in the West, but then again, if you get there, 7 game series, Jalen Brunson, I could see it. Um, the Raptors would be a fun one for me if we're throwing out real curveballs. Like I'd love that. That worked with Kawhi. I think there are a lot of teams that won't get taken seriously that have a bevy of draft picks and can use them. Cough, cough, Brooklyn, but not actually. Yeah, I think he is going to go where he wants to go, and I don't think the Bucks would do him dirty just because of what he's done for that franchise. I mean, is he their best player in franchise history? There's an argument there. He won them a
Yeah.
championship,
Yes.
and so yeah, there's definitely a few. I personally want to see Golden State. I don't know how they make it work, and I don't know how you ship them to Golden State and be like in Milwaukee. If you're getting Jonathan Kuminga, you're getting Podzemski, you're getting picks, and maybe even Jimmy Butler.
It's a
Like, yeah, I don't know how
sell.
you're happy with that.
Ugh,
As
what's
a
that
basketball fan,
smell?
him with Steph. Yeah, no, I fully agree with you. I fully agree with you. And with San Antonio, yeah, San Antonio would be disgusting. I'll even push back a little and say, like, for Giannis, I think there's only one untouchable, and it's Wemby. Like, I'd hate if Dylan Harper went there. I'd hate if Castle went there. But if they say we want him and we'll give you Wemby, I mean not Wemby, we'll give you Giannis, you might have to take it. Because it's
That's a
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
that's
And
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
it's hard. It's
If
hard. It's hard. Like, yeah, imagine being the
what
Bucks
if
front office. Gosh.
what if the Spurs said, okay, we'll give you what I said, Sohan Vassell, what did I say? I said Sohan Vassell,
you
um,
said, you said
what
those two. You said those two, Carter Bryant
Carter
and
Bryant. And then what if I said and then Fox and three first rounders?
I think that's fine. I'd say four because of Fox's contract. I'm pretty sure Fox's contract is ending this year or next year. So it's just like in his form in his career. I mean, he's in his prime pretty much. Again, I don't know what De'Aaron Fox's prime is, but he's a really good guard. He's not going to want to sign for a rebuilding Milwaukee team. But then again, with all those assets, Milwaukee, like, I'm not going to say they'll be a threat in the East, but it's at least something to build, right? The one other I saw which I don't think is going to happen, but it's another wild card is Portland just because Milwaukee wants to start over and Portland has control of their future. Now, again, I don't know how Giannis would feel getting traded to Portland, but imagine.
Going back with Dame, nah, he would
Yeah,
hate that.
I feel like with Portland though, it'd be like I think Portland would only be involved if it's a three-team trade
I
and
agree with you, just so
they
they could get their picks back.
don't end up with Giannis.
I agree. I just yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Like he's gonna go to a team that's a contender. I think that's pretty obvious, or a team that becomes a contender with it. And I think with a lot of the younger teams, you're not only trading for Giannis, you got to trade for a second star too, or sign a second star because that's the scope of the NBA. So that's why I think it makes more sense for him to, if he doesn't get traded at the deadline and the Knicks don't make the finals or don't win the finals, or you say like they make the finals and they lose to the Thunder in 5 games. All right, gave the team two shots. They lost to the Pacers the first time. They lost to whoever they played the second time. Then you trade for Giannis. And I think the Pistons are like they're in a very great position. So not them. If you're the Spurs and you lose to the Thunder, then do you go, shit, the Thunder are really good. They're a dynasty. We've talked about this. We're gonna trade for Giannis. So I think like a lot of it's yet to be figured out. Like if I had to guess right now, I don't think he gets traded at the deadline, but then again, what do I know? I don't have any sourcing with Giannis. So
Yeah, I don't know as far as the timeline goes. I mean, I think a trade like this, the deadline's coming up, so I don't. I feel like with a trade like this, there's no way. I don't. I I see it. It's hard for me to see this get done before the trade deadline as something like this.
yeah, I agree with you.
But then again, though, I had thought the reports said though he wanted to be gone by the trade deadline.
That is what they say, and I know that I said the Bucks are gonna like do well with Giannis, but like if they're not getting the return they want, they're reportedly asking for the moon. They're not gonna do it. I think there are a few teams that should trade for Giannis now versus if they waited, and I think those teams are like the Warriors. Then again, I know the package isn't great. Steph Curry, how long do you have left? Him with Giannis, they could probably win a championship if you keep some guys. I think there's a few others that you're just like, maybe they trade for Giannis right now, but I agree with you. I like, and Giannis might want out. He might not have a choice. But then again, like, good, play your last 10 games in Milwaukee, get your tribute video, get your thank you, and get the frick out of there. And then you get the good deal. So, yeah, I know I sort of hogged that part of the conversation, but then again, like, don't know anything.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very
Do we
interesting.
want to predict where he ends up?
I'm down.
All right.
I think it's either Minnesota or Golden State.
Minnesota would be awesome.
And I think with Minnesota I think the Golden State trade would be a two-team trade between Golden State and Milwaukee. I think Golden State would be willing to give up like their young guys, obviously Kuminga and like Pods or something. Um I think they'd even give up Jimmy Butler. I would fucking send Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I'd send him and his
I,
surgical knee.
I'd ship his ass out of there. For Giannis? Are we serious? Come on, dog. Nice knowing you, but no, dog. Bring Giannis over here,
Bro, they
dog.
would they would throw Draymond in there just as a as a president, be like, you want
I'd
Draymond
throw
too?
If Milwaukee wants him, I'd throw him in there. Why not?
But ain't nobody want Draymond. He's
So
expensive. Bro, he's an expensive UFC fighter.
yeah,
Draymond just should be
exactly.
traded to New Orleans just so he could be teammates with Jordan Poole. I'm still on that. Still on it.
Um, but yeah, I think it's either going. I think the Minnesota trade would probably maybe be a three-team trade unless like Milwaukee actually does want what they offer, which would be like young guys like Dillingham and um well, who's another young guy they have? Like DiVincenzo, maybe.
Yeah, they could throw in a few other guys. They
I
could
mean,
throw
yeah,
in
they'd have to throw in
European.
Randall. So I guess if Milwaukee would want Julius Randle, I think Randall still has some stock as far as trades go. So I think it's one of those.
I
I
think it's
really
gonna be. I think it's gonna be Miami. I think Pat Riley's gonna throw everything at the Bucks. Um, his his sorry, bro. I guess is the right his tenure for the Heat is kind of questionable. I mean, he's not a bad GM, but he kind of has this thing where people his just who he is as a GM is kind of overlooming, but it's not like he's done a whole lot for the Heat since LeBron has left. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like since LeBron has left, they haven't
I
really
mean,
done much.
no, I mean he's kind of been bullshitting since LeBron left.
I mean, Jimmy Butler's kind of saved his career as a GM for the last
Yeah.
couple of years.
Yeah, and he fucked that up. So
Yeah, he shipped him out. But to be honest, he kind of saw the writing on the wall because Jimmy Butler is old now and just blew his knee out. So, I mean,
Send Tyler Hero home to Wisconsin.
I mean, I think he really tries to push for it all and all the chips in the middle. Like, this is what we got. Like, I really think he's gonna go out. And listen, Miami, 1 year, that's not bad. I mean, you give it your all in Miami, and then you decide where you want to sign. That wouldn't be terrible for Giannis. Plus, I mean, living in Miami, his kids and his girls back home in Greece, live it up. It's Miami. Live it up. That'd be
Facts.
a freaking
yeah, I think
seven footer in the club.
Miami
You did like G's in the club.
uh, Miami would be my third pick, I think.
Yeah, yeah, I actually like Miami. I didn't really put much thought into it. Um, if he gets traded at the deadline, I think it's in the West. I think it's either Golden State, Minnesota, or Houston. I don't know if Houston's ready to blow it up.
Easy.
Yeah, Houston would be awesome, by the way. I just don't know with their position and how young they are. I don't think they're going to do it. But then again, how many
Would.
years do you have of Kevin Durant? And maybe they make an impulsive decision. I don't see it. I think Bob Myers, though, for Golden State, like I said it, and you guys agree with it. It's just like, how much longer do you have with Steph Curry being a top 10 point guard in the league and how special he is? I keep using the word owe it to him. You don't owe it to Steph Curry to go get Giannis, but if you want to win another with him, you got to go get Giannis. Um, if he doesn't get traded during the deadline, I know I'm a New Yorker. This isn't a biased take pod. I'm a Nets fan, I swear. If he does not get traded at the deadline, I do think he's a Knick in the offseason. I think that it would mean that the Knicks, this is assuming the Knicks don't win the championship. I think a team from the West probably does. I think they either lose in the conference finals again or they lose in the finals. And then it becomes how much longer do we have with Jalen Brunson? How much longer do we have with Anunoby? They're fine giving up Cat because you're getting a player like Giannis. And even if you have to overpay, and even with Tyrese Halliburton coming back, and even with Jason Tatum coming back, the East would run through New York with Jalen Brunson and Giannis. It would. And the Pistons are a great team too. But if you have Jalen Brunson and Giannis on the same team, it runs through you. And I think the Knicks, with the core they have, they'd be willing to ship Cat, one of McHale or Hart, they and Kolek, send them back to Milwaukee. Picks, like they don't have a bevy of picks, but they have enough and they'll overpay for him. And so long answer. I think in the offseason, if the Knicks don't get it done this year, they're going to trade for Giannis because they have to. They have to, or else they're going to ruin Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a Pistons fan, it pains me because we don't have enough assets, but my gosh.
Yeah, that would be disgusting. That would be
Right now,
disgusting.
this Pistons team right now and add
Yeah,
Giannis.
that would be gross. That would be gross.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Like the one other that I'm throwing out my last one. I do not think this is going to happen, but I had a dream about it. LeBron retires, and then the Lakers go, let's go team up Giannis with Luca.
That would be very interesting.
That would be insane. That would be absolutely
That's
insane.
All
crazy.
hell would break loose.
That
Yeah,
would be
All
all
would
hell
break
would
loose.
break.
crazy.
Yeah.
That would be
But
crazy.
then again, I'd say the Lakers don't have picks, but they had to give up one first rounder for Luka freaking Doncic. So Nico
Yeah,
Harrison, this is your fault.
yeah. This because Nico's a double agent for the Lakers.
It's all Nico's fault. This is our first episode too, since the year anniversary of the Luka trade. So Nico Harrison, if you're watching, you're an idiot. Let's just get
Trust me,
that out
he's
of the way.
watching. He's at home with his kids. He's
Yeah, exactly. He has
watching.
nothing better to do.
They're at home.
Yeah. Well, we got more NBA news, and that is the All-Star teams and the reserves. So there's been a little controversy about it. I honestly have not read too much into it. I'm very happy that LeBron James is in it, obviously. We love LeBron at this channel. But yeah, what are your thoughts on the All-Star teams in general? Go check out Ball Knowledge 2E2. I saw you post a video. But yeah, what are your thoughts on the All-Star teams? Any snubs? Anyone that you're like, maybe should have been a starter? And go for it.
Louis, you can start this one off.
Um, the East. I know a lot of people said Brandon Ingram should have been a reserve. I don't hate that. I think he was definitely good enough to be a reserve. The worst reserve on the East was probably Scotty Barnes. And I know a lot of people also said Siakam shouldn't have been there because because the Pacers are last in the East. But it didn't really anger me. The East didn't really anger me. There's nothing about the East that really pissed me off. That was like this guy really got snubbed or this guy shouldn't have been in. I think all of them were fine. The West was pretty interesting because I think Chet was the worst one. Chet is the worst All Star. But he got in because obviously OKC is number one in the league, and so you can't just say SGA. They're kind of like, well, you got to at least give us another player that's a number one on the number one seeded team. So I get it. He's averaging 17 points. I mean, I don't know how you make the All Star and you're not even a 20-point per game scorer, but he was kind of like a charity case. Then obviously, I know a lot of people had a problem with him. He was having 25. They're 2 games below 500. I don't hate it. There
I
were
know why
better
people have a
options.
problem with Denny Avdia.
um, listen, I don't hate him being an all-star. I also feel like there were probably some better options, but he's been balling out, so I don't hate. It's not like he's been terrible. And then Booker's always like a shoe-in because he's Booker and he's the best on the Suns. The person that people were saying should have gotten in on the West was Kawhi. He's averaging 25 on a team that's catching up. They're two below 500. Um, and they've been since the Chris Paul incident, they've been good. So maybe they
The
were
guy
right.
ate the
Maybe Chris.
tweet. He ate the
I
tweet.
mean, I know we talked about the Chris Paul incident, but Chris Paul is kind of an asshole. So they I mean that's what people been saying. I'm
Yeah.
just reporting what other people been saying, and he kind of is like that. But the team got better without him. I do think Kawhi got snubbed for sure, especially in that year where he's pretty healthy. I think he should have made it over Chet or Book. I would have said Book. I give Avdia his first. That's fine. Chet, whatever, number one seed. I think Suns aren't bad either, but I don't really hate any of these picks. I just feel like there could have been some better ones. But nonetheless, it's not a terrible All Star. But plus, it's USA versus World, so it's not going to be like this. You know what I mean? It's going to be a little bit more evened out. So that's why I think they also looked at Avia like it's World, so put him on the bench for the World. Fine.
That was that was my first thought when I seen Denny on this on the thing was, well, I mean, he's having a great year, but that was my first thing I said. They threw this motherfucker because it's world.
Yeah, they have to. If you,
Somebody,
Yeah.
we need somebody shit.
yeah,
Because I'm sitting here thinking, how is this gonna work if it's USA versus world?
They could
Like
just say Kawhi from Africa.
I'm
He don't speak. He don't speak. He don't speak.
like, how is this working?
Trace his roots. He's somewhere in Africa.
So I'm glad you pointed that out because that was my first thought when I seen Denny. But no, I think he's having a great year though. Like you made some great points. Like Portland's not like they're kind of right there. So and he's hooping for them. Um, I agree that I think I would have liked to see Kawhi in there. I think Kawhi probably did deserve it for sure. I think in the East, I think 100%. Um, I think MPJ should have been in there.
Hmm.
I think Michael Porter Jr. should have been in there, man. I mean, I'm telling you, dog. I'm telling you, he's
Um,
averaging 25, like
I mean, if
7,
Siakam got in, sure.
1. Huh?
If Siakam got in, sure. But see, you got to understand, there's an agenda going on. They put Michael Porter Jr. in the game. Swing the ball to LeBron. What? He let
Hey,
it go.
that's what you want to see in the All-Star game. You want to see him just chuck that shit up.
Michael, we're down. We need a bucket.
Nah,
Bet.
dog.
Over
Yeah, they
five.
Nah,
don't care.
dog. Dog, shoot that motherfucker from
Yeah,
half.
they don't care, and he won't play that much.
Shoot it from half court, bro. So,
He put
I mean,
up 50 shots in the All-Star game.
that's where I leave it. I like the I like the selections. I think though, like I would have liked to see Kawhi on the West and MPJ in the East.
I yeah, I again, no problems, no one I'm upset about. Cade getting snubbed last year and being a starter is poetic justice. In the East, love Jalen Johnson. He was someone that I'm just like he should be an all-star. Probably would have said Brandon Ingram over Scotty Barnes, but fine, good for Scotty. I do like the Norman Powell one. One other guy that I really wanted, but like he hasn't played enough, Embiid. Also, he probably shouldn't play in the All-Star game just to be healthy, but he's been disgusting when he's been on the court. It's a reason why like I think Philly is a dark horse contender in the East just because of the scope, but we could get into that in the West. And thinking about USA versus World, Jesus Christ, so the starting five is Shea, Wemby, Giannis, Luka, and Jokic. Holy fuck, that is insane. But you look at the West, and Denny absolutely deserved it. Booker, he was on the border, but then again, Phoenix is top 10 in scoring. He's top 10 in points. And then you look at the rest of them. KD's always going to be an all-star. LeBron's always going to be an all-star. And is averaging 30, and Jamal's been good enough. I do agree with what a lot of you guys said. Like I again, Nets fan, but MPJ is having a great year. Um, no huge problems with it though.
I think one thing also I wanted to point out was like everybody every year is like, oh my God, this person should have been in there, this person should have been in there, all snub team, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, bro, there are guys who are going to be snubbed. It's like
Always, dude.
there's only so many spots on each side that you can select. Somebody is always going to be snubbed for the All-Star game in the NBA. That is what it is. Like it's I'm sorry.
Is Cat gonna be the world? Is Cat gonna be the
On the world team?
yeah, or is he
I don't
USA?
know. That's a good
Because if he's
question.
on
Well, I
USA,
mean, he
he's the
plays
starting
for.
center on the US team. Think about that. They got Wemby and Giannis, and he's the starting center on the US team. But I mean,
Who?
Cat. If Cat was,
Yeah? Is
yeah, who else? I mean, think about it. Who name one American big man that's on here? A
I
Chat.
mean, that was the reason to put Embiid in. I know he's not like he wasn't
that
born in America, but he is Team USA. Like that would have been the reason to put him in if you want to make it competitive. Because like, look, I don't know how hard these guys are going to try in the All-Star game, but I think the world is just better. Their starting lineup it
Oh
has
yeah,
the best five players in the league probably.
yeah.
And it's like, again, are these guys going to try? Probably not. But they could hit it from anywhere, and so can the U.S. team. But like, if you wanted some sort of competitiveness,
oh this I mean, I don't know who's yeah, I don't know who the starter would be for
if you want to
They
build
don't
the
have a
best,
big.
you guys want to build the best Team USA
yeah.
right now. We don't need to do the All Star lineup. Or like, I think it's Embiid at the five, Brunson or Kate at the one, the other at the two, Jalen Brown probably. I mean, Tatum's hurt, but I'd put Tatum in there. But he's hurt, like you said. And then at the four, like
What are you naming?
I'm naming like an ideal Team USA. Like I'm naming people that like even if they got snubbed, like the team that could compete with the
I
world.
mean, Duran could be he's a
He
reserve, but
could be. He could. I think he'd be a reserve because I think at the four you put either LeBron or Kevin. You
yeah,
probably put KD.
I don't know who's gonna start then. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, let's just say like again hypothetical. I think the best lineup the U.S. could put out there is Brunson and Cade, KD, Jalen Brown or LeBron, and then Embiid. But then again,
Wait,
that is completely made up.
the question I have though, do the reserves have to be like Kevin Durant is a reserve for the West, but in the USA team, he would obviously be starting.
And he probably will be starting. He probably
Okay,
will be
I wondered
because
if
it
that
is
was a
USA
rule.
versus world, but they did need to make it even on conferences. Like,
Okay,
you're
okay.
yeah, I think Team USA, like you're looking at the four of the East starters and KD. That's pretty much it. I'm trying to think of anyone else, but yeah,
Yeah,
who
it'd be
knows?
weird to see where Towns plays.
Well, so remember though, it's going to be two USA teams and one world team.
Oh, is it
Oh,
two USA? I thought it was
so they're taking the worst team on
No,
paper and
it's
you're splitting them up, and you're keeping the team with the five best players in the league
no.
and going, you guys,
Yo,
you're good.
Adam Silver, your tweaker of the week.
it's
What are you
yeah.
doing?
Yeah, that's because I was, but that makes it more confusing for me though, because yeah, obviously there's gonna have to be a reserve that starts.
Yeah, and we
Wait, so that
said
means Scotty
USA versus
Barnes is
But
starting somewhere?
why are they getting selected in as reserves
yeah,
now?
that's we said USA versus the world. Oh, I'm an idiot, by the way. When I was naming the starting lineup, Anthony Edwards is absolutely in there. But when we talked about this last year, because we spoke about the All Star and how we thought it was flawed, we're just like make it USA versus world. I think we thought that it would just be one team USA versus one team world, and it would have been like 8-7 or something, and that would have been better.
I remember what we said. Two blacks versus one.
Oh yeah, we did say do black. Yeah,
The
yeah,
black
yeah.
versus whites team.
Yeah, I do remember that. Dude, I'm telling you, look, I'm not trying to start a war, but like we
Luke,
have Luca, we have Jokic.
and we can't do that
Genuinely,
now.
that shit would be entertaining though, wouldn't
It
it?
would.
But it would kill the United States of America's political climate. It would
Yeah,
kill everything.
Entertaining. That shit
Donald
would
Trump is in the house wearing a jersey of a specific team.
Bro,
be
he would be like, oh my goodness, it would be bad.
entertaining.
There would be literal fights in the stands.
Oh, they would be, those fans would be
Bro, there'd be so much trash talking in the
there'd
stands.
be
Bro,
there'd
that
be
All-Star game would have to be at Rucker Park.
there'd be some
Drunken fans everywhere. Just
there
booze
would be
spilling out of every
Where is the
stadium.
All-Star game this year?
it's,
LA for the
it's
Clippers.
Oh, it's at the Intuit Dome. Ah,
Yeah.
that's nice. That's
That's
nice.
why they haven't that's why they haven't wrapped up that whole Kawhi thing.
Valid. Oh,
They said it wasn't going to be done until after the All Star break. That's what Silver specifically said.
gosh, 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 gosh. Well, I
yeah.
thought Chauncey Billups should have been a coach for the All-Star team, but that's just me.
Shut the fuck.
Um, all right, let's do one more NBA
Oh
segment
my
here. We're not going to do finals predictions because we're going to do Thunder, Pistons, Knicks. We know how this goes. Give me a dark horse contender on each side. And if you need a second to think, I could start us off because I already said it. In the East, I think Philly's a real dark horse contender. The biggest if, obviously, is if Joel Embiid is healthy. Imagine when prescription P comes back. Nah, not actually. But I do think that the Sixers are a good basketball team when they're fully healthy. Maxi's averaging 29 and Embiid's special. We don't need to talk about that. VJ is a good third option. I think they could beat the Knicks or Pistons in a 7-game series. Could. I'm not saying they will, but it's possible. And then in the West,
Wait,
if I had
before you say anything, did you hear about the conspiracy theory about that?
yes, 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 I
Yo, that
did.
was so funny.
I did. And the last one, and God, that was funny. In the West, I mean, I've been saying this since the Lakers got Luca. I mean, if Luca Doncic could put a team, I've never been more convinced. It's less now who's they're going to be scared of Luca and LeBron because I don't think people are that scared of that anymore. But Luca is a dog in the playoffs, and the way he's been playing this season, leading the league in scoring. I mean, if he gets on a heater, I think he could single handedly beat a team. Like
Yeah, absolutely. We've
yeah,
seen
so
it
again,
already.
I
Yeah.
don't know if the Lakers are a dark horse because of that, but most people aren't going to pick him to make it. But he could put a team
Yeah.
on his
I
back.
mean,
Like,
The top seven seeds in the West are like any given person could pick a top seven seed and be like, that's
yeah,
who
I'll
I'm
even
going.
say top 8. I mean, like the Warriors are at 8. Like, let's say Steph goes nuclear or something, and they go for Giannis. Like, you could say that.
yeah,
I guess if they get Giannis, they're not really a dark horse, though.
yeah.
Are you up?
No, you can go ahead too. I'm still thinking.
For the East, I'm gonna say the Celtics. I don't think they can win the entire East, but because I just think that they're missing like a piece. It's kind of like the Pacers, but way better with better coaching and better players. But they're 5 and they're tied with the Knicks right now for the 2 seed, like without Jason Tatum. They're that good, and I think Jalen Brown's averaging 30 points. That Beijing got him acting up. Um, he's balling, and the rest of the team, Peyton Pritchard, like Sam Hauser is crazy. Like they're a good team.
They're low key Detroit's kryptonite. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think there are a lot of people's kryptonite. I still think they're the Knicks' kryptonite somehow. Like I know the Knicks beat them
Like
last year, but it's like,
Detroit,
but Tatum
The
got
coach
hurt.
is a psychopath. That's
Detroit,
why.
Boston in a 7 game series. I'm scared as a fan of.
Also, if ball, I know the reports are saying Tatum's not going to play. If they think
Not
they have a real chance and they're playing a team like Detroit that doesn't have a lot of playoff experience, then I could see Tatum coming back for the conference finals. I could. Um, then again, I don't know anything about Jason Tatum. He didn't tell me this, but I'm just saying, like, if they're within reach, then Jason Tatum could totally come back.
I
yeah.
see him trying to push for it.
Yeah.
For the West, I'm gonna go with the Timberwolves. I just need Ant to take another step this year. The problem with him, and I analyzed his game last 2 seasons. The problem with him is that when he gets to the Western Conference Finals, he plays teams that are really good and know his game. He's usually a three and dunk guy, not three and D, but three and dunk. Like he usually shoots 10 3 pointers a game, and then all the rest of his buckets are right at the rim, like right at the rim. He doesn't shoot mid range. He doesn't have a mid range. Like he has a mid range, but he doesn't shoot it. So it's like he disappears. They take away the three, they take away the paint, and then good defensive teams just eliminate his scoring. Because last year there were several games where he scored 20 points, and there are a couple games where he dropped 40. He drops 30 to 40 every game, they can win, get to the title. But I need him to realize that he needs to score on critical situations. We can't leave it up to Julius Randle to handle all the scoring because it's not going to work. So I need him to take like a mental step, like, okay, I need to drop 30 this game and I need to get my buckets. Like, he needs to have the LeBron factor when he's this age. Like, I'm getting my buckets and ain't nobody stopping me. And I mean, 20, what was it, 22 straight against the Pits? 22? I can't remember how much. It was 22, 25 points straight against the Pistons.
LeBron,
Yeah,
25.
yeah, 25. 25 straight against the Pistons. Like, forced to be reckoned with.
Um, all right. In the East, I'm gonna go Charlotte. I'm gonna go Charlotte.
LaMelo crashed into his coach today and hurt his knee.
Charlotte's on a heater. 7 straight right now. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Reporting from the ground, I'm going to deny that. Not joking. You can finish. You can finish.
Oh, they have won 7 straight
No,
games.
I know. I'm joking. I'm
Let's be
joking.
fucking for real. They have won
Hey,
seven.
this is
games.
this is this is this is the podcast from Rashawn McCants. We're gonna end this right here. We're gonna see you later.
No, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. They are on a 7 game winning streak. Okay, hear me out. They just recently beat OKC in OKC. I must say, um, knocked off the Lakers, knocked off Denver. Some of these games aren't a part of the seven straight, but they're good wins recently. Knocked off Denver. They played Cleveland very close, which I give them props. It was in Cleveland. Um, and knocked off San Antonio. Seven game.
um,
They are 1 game behind the 10th spot in the play-in. So they're creeping into that play-in spot right now. I'm going to Charlotte. If they get into the play-in, they are on a 7 game win streak. They win like 3 more. They're comfortable in like ninth, maybe eighth place, depending on how Orlando plays the next few games in the East. If they get in the play-in, why the hell not? Why
hey,
not?
we
KON.
know we know about you. You seen Paul George's doctor. Don't worry, we gonna piss test you soon, buddy. Are you serious? The Hornets.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
You win the East. Win the
I'm
East.
putting Charlotte out there. I'm putting Charlotte out there. Why the hell not? Why the hell not?
Half of my friends down here would love that. The other half would think you're on crack.
Why the hell not?
Um,
He might
So,
be. He might be.
so I'm going
no, that's
Charlotte.
valid. That's valid. We're not here to trash on each other's opinions, even though we are because it's a fucking podcast.
I'm going Charlotte.
Yeah.
In the West, I'm gonna go with Phoenix. Phoenix has all year long been uh, against like contenders. They've either played them very closely or have beaten contenders like all year long. There was like I think a game or two like there was a game they got blown out by the Thunder in the Cup game. And I think they lost to Cleveland by a large margin one night. But like other than that, though, they have literally been playing down to the wire with contenders or beating them. Dylan Brooks, I hate to say it, but the dude's balling, bro. I hate to say it. He's been hooping. He really has been hooping. Um, and you know, Book is Book. Book's a killer. I think Phoenix can really do some damage in the playoffs. I really do. So I'm gonna go with those two.
All right, I like it. I don't know. No, that's fair. Anything else we want from
I
the
gotta go
NBA?
watch Charlotte Hornets basketball.
You guys are more than welcome to come down. I'm going to Hornets Pistons with my friend next week, and you're more than welcome to come next Monday.
That's fire,
That's
but
that's that'd be a good game. But
I'll be able to make it with
yeah,
my.
you on that stuff, man. I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
of what you
Wow.
smoking.
Yeah, I know what I'm smoking. No, not
Actually,
actually, Pod.
basketball, man.
All right. Well, anything else to add from the NBA before we shift to college basketball? I don't think so, right?
Nah.
All right, I'll start us off with college basketball, then quick little segment. I know we want to talk some Michigan Wolverines, but
Yeah, we do.
connecting it to the NBA, this is the most talented freshman class we've seen in a very, 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 very long time. Darren Peterson is arguably the best scorer I've seen in the college game. We could talk about his minutes restriction. He's great. Cam Boozer is the favorite for National Player of the Year. He's dominating. Caleb Wilson with North Carolina dominating. AJ DeBanso with BYU, second leading scorer in the country. Other guys, Kingston Flemings, Keenan Vogler. I mean, yeah, there is a lot of talented guys. Um, I'll start us off very fast. Um, when Darren Peterson's on the court, Kansas could win it all. If you want to keep it college basketball centric, I mean, we could talk about what he means to NBA teams another time. If he plays 20 minutes, Kansas is so rapidly improving this year. Trey White, Flory Badunga, Melvin Council's been great. I actually think they go on the road tonight and win against Texas Tech. So, Pod, when this episode gets published, please check that out. He's the best player in college basketball. The biggest thing is availability. And even with availability, if he could play 20 minutes a night, he changes things. And he is so good at basketball. There's my groundbreaking analysis.
Alright, cool. Um, are we just talking about who's excited us?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's
I
get
was
into
like,
it.
what's the
You
question?
just like went on a Kansas rant and just
I thought
left
I
it.
missed
All right,
something.
wait. Here, let me set it up for you guys really fast because I realized what I did wrong. So on Saturday we had some great games, and moreover, just freshman performances. Right? You're talking about Debansa versus Peterson, a lot of other good games, but arguably the biggest game of the weekend happened on Friday night in East Lansing. Um, where Michigan beat Michigan State 83 to 72, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna throw it to you guys. But really fast, that photo of Dusty May with his legs crossed, laughing at the Michigan State fans behind him. I hate saying it. That is aura. Like he wasn't aura farming. That's just aura. That was sick. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I mean, yeah, man, Michigan basketball. What can I say? It's great. Michigan basketball is great. Um, I think that in terms of like the game, if you want my thoughts on the game, um, I think it speaks a lot to like the character of this Michigan basketball team. Um, like in terms of going into like Breslin's not easy, especially when you're Michigan coming to town. That crowd is nuts. I mean, all game they were nuts. They when they went down by like 12 in the first couple minutes of the first half, they were still screaming, yelling loud as hell. So like going in there is not easy. And then you on top of that, you put like what the hell Jeremy Fears was doing and um, some of the missed calls and the questionable things that the Spartans were doing. I mean, I think there were missed calls both ways, but um, I think there was some questionable things that Jeremy Fears was doing. So like in terms of those things, I think it speaks a lot to the character of the team, and then also the run that Michigan State has coming out of halftime. I mean, I thought watching watching what they were doing coming out of halftime, I was like, well, shit. Michigan's in trouble. Michigan is in a lot of trouble. And they withstood that. I mean, Elliot Cadeau, major, major props to him. He made all of the plays and the shots when it mattered the most. I mean, Yaxel is a dog, absolute dog. Ade Mara is a hell of a 7-footer. Morez Johnson's a hell of a player. Um, Trey McKinney, what a freshman that is. We want to talk about freshman class. Like Trey McKinney's a part of that.
Mhm.
Huge, huge freshman right there, who's played some big minutes for this team. So I think just in terms of like what they are, skill wise, but also character wise, they're very dangerous.
Yeah, I think Michigan is. I watched I watched a few games of Arizona, and I think the biggest difference. I think Arizona was really good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, they are.
I think the biggest difference is in the bench. I know Arizona has been number one pretty much the whole season, for majority of the season, but Michigan's bench is just really, really good. Like you said, we got two freshmen, right? You got McKinney and no, it's McKinney and who else am I thinking of? Not a freshman.
In terms of
LJ
freshman, oh, LJ Kaysen, yeah, the
LJ
sophomore.
Casey. I know he's not a freshman, but I going on my memory. You got LJ Casey, you got other people on that bench, like you got Will Shetter, like you got people who can score the ball coming off that bench.
Mhm.
Um, it just speaks to Michigan's toughness, right? You play Nebraska, who's a top team, top 25 team. And then you got Michigan State right after, huge emotional win. You come back out at Michigan State, the crowd is loud. You know, everyone's looking for this game. So it's just, it speaks to how good Dusty May is because he turned around this team right when he got there. Like right when he got there, he got the transfers, got the players ready. Last year they were in, was it, we made all the way to Elite Eight, was it?
Sweet 16.
Sweet 16, right? Sweet 16. So this year, definitely have a team to make it to the Final Four and even win it. Jumped UConn to number two, and yeah, I mean, I don't. There's nothing more I can really say that other than say like just coach. Like you can recruit in basketball easily enough if you're a top program, but it's about motivating those guys and scheme and everything to get them where they are, and you know to get Yaxel and Elliott and all these guys together and then just really dominate the game of basketball. Pretty impressive.
Yeah. No, they're a very good basketball team. Can obviously go all the way. I'm not gonna go too long on this. I think Arizona needs to lose in the regular season. I think they will. I hate teams that go into the NCAA tournament undefeated and they're also ridiculously young. Besides like Jaden Bradley and Matthias Krivas, I look at the top 10. I think any of these teams could win it all except Nebraska. No offense. And you look at these guys. I mean, UConn's really good. This UConn team might be better than the two P. Like they really might be. Duke, biggest Texas, North Carolina, Illinois, flamethrowers all around. I think when you go into the 11 through 15s too, I mean, with Darren Peterson, I think Kansas could win it all. I think Purdue with Braden Smith, they were the AP number one team to start. You go down to Florida, Florida could win it all. But anyway, I'm just gonna take one more moment before we do Tweaker of the Week. North Carolina's beating Duke this weekend. I did it twice last year. It didn't work either time. I'm doing it again. We're doing it again. North Carolina's beating Duke. Is North Carolina a better basketball team than Duke? No. North Carolina's beating Duke at the
This,
Dean Dome on Saturday. Caleb Wilson, you heard it here.
this guy.
You heard it here.
You just don't give up, do you?
No, I don't because I think this Carolina team's good enough to beat Duke. I do.
All
Oh
right.
my gosh. All right. We're gonna see on Saturday, man.
Exactly. We will. Might be in the house. I don't know. I genuinely have no idea. But it's a perfect segue into Tweaker of the Week since most people think I'm tweaking when I say it. So, who is this week's tweaker?
Oof.
I mean, there's one big obvious one, but I'll leave that to someone else.
Ooh.
Good old Paulie
Oh,
in Philly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Talk about what helps you?
Yeah.
Drugs. Duh.
He went from playoff P. He went from playoff P to pandemic P to prescription P. Um,
um,
you got yours?
wants to start?
I'll start.
Okay.
Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller. What Reggie do?
Reggie Miller is he's not a great color commentator. And the thing with the LeBron dunk yesterday where he jumped out of his chair got me, it didn't get me that angry. Obviously, the fan behind him was going viral if you're going to like sit down. I was actually going to come on here and say it when he compared Caitlin Clark to Peyton Pritchard in the pregame show. I thought that was so hilarious. I'm just like, why are you doing? I know exactly why he's doing that. Actually, I know exactly why he's doing that. Um, Reggie Miller in Madison Square Garden is just a recipe for disaster. I've learned. Like, yeah, seriously. So I think it's him. And I'll take a moment. Tweaker of the year, Nico Harrison. Happy anniversary, buddy. Glad you get to spend time with your family.
Did call him tweaker of the year. Um, my tweaker of the week. You light my fire. You light my fire. Oh, why my camera keep turning off? Guess what? Sam Sharania, tweaker of the week. But don't you know, ever since he took over for Woj, he's been talking about this could be the craziest offseason. This gonna be nuts. Like this, there's gonna be a lot of trades that happen. He keeps talking about Giannis and breaking this news and that news. Bro, ever since the Luka trade, he hasn't broken anything. I think Carl probably put everything into that Luka trade and he's getting nothing. So my tweet of the week is him. He keeps tweeting this. Yesterday he tweeted, I don't even know who this is. Vit Vit Creek. I can't even pronounce his last name. I don't even know who the guy is. He said he got traded to the Portland Trailblazers. We don't care. We don't care. Why are you tweeting that? We don't care who Vit is. We don't. And then he starts talking about how Giannis's agents is talking to this person, that person. Just tweet when he's talking, when he gets traded. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I feel that. That's crazy. Um, I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with Tom Izzo. Tom Izzo's really been pissing me off. Like Tom Izzo's really been pissing me off since Friday. He really has. Um, I'm not gonna go too big on the post game handshake because I don't want to be one of those guys. Like it's a fucking handshake. Like let's be for real. I don't like going. I don't like diving too deep into those things, especially when people lose close games, rival games. Like I don't like going too deep into that shit. But um, like just the post game comments of him, like. I understand he took accountability in terms of like I'm disappointed in my team and like how we performed. But then like to go and say some cheap shit of like oh, officiating might have been questionable tonight. Oh, oh really? Oh, the officiating is always fucking questionable in college basketball. Like let's be real, Tom. Like you've been around long enough to know this. Like let's be for real. There were calls that could have been called both ways. All right, don't sit there and try to, you know, play little victim here. Jeremy Fears, and I might add him into this because why do you play basketball like that? Why? That is you are Chris Paul of college basketball. You really are. You really are. Like go watch him play a game. He literally just he foul baits, foul bait, foul bait, foul bait, flop, flop, flop.
Yeah, he's left. He's Jalen Brunson, left-handed, foul leg,
Like
small guard.
that it irritates me. So I'm gonna go with that. And then Tom Izzo had to add more today and be like, oh, I don't talk to my rivals after losses. Buddy, you were chopping it up with John Beeline for 10 years on the sideline before and after the game. Like, what are you talking about? Just admit that you hate Dusty May and get the shit over with. Like, why is it so bad to just admit that you don't like your rival? Like, I just say you don't like him. He clearly doesn't like Dusty May, and that's it. That's what it is. Just say it. Just say it. Be real. That's all I gotta say. It pissed me off.
You know,
They
can
lost the
I
game.
add, can I talk about the Paul George? Because I got to talk about this for a second. I'll
Yeah,
just do
no,
this very
go ahead.
briefly.
Totally can.
I'm
On
done.
January 11th, the Sixers played the Raptors. He was out with left knee soreness. Since that game, he dropped 15, 17, 14, out, 10, 9. So as you can see, he's going down in points since he had left knee soreness. Then he's out for a left knee injury management. Then he comes back and drops 32 points with 9 threes, and he's doing windmill dunks before the game like he's back in Indiana. Then they ask him, what happened? What happened in the game? Drugs. What do you mean? I'm taking drugs. No shit. Guess what? They piss test him. It turns out he's gonna need to miss 25 games for violating the PED rule. Now, the funny thing about this, the hilarious part about this, he's gonna miss out on $11 million during his suspension, during his 25-game suspension. That saves the 76ers money at the luxury tax because they were going to be over a certain amount in the luxury tax. Because they don't have to pay that much. Now they're under the luxury tax and they don't have to pay the apron. The conspiracy theory is that somebody spiked his game so that they wouldn't have to pay the luxury tax. You're never crying. Bro, Philly is a hilarious town. I mean, all the way going back, stemming from botching Embiid's knee, which is now Big Brisket, still is. Now you got another player with tenderism on his knees, like falling off the bone that you need to, you got drugs now? Oh my goodness. Bro, the 76ers are not a real organization. And then they mess up Markelle Fultz. Ben Simmons' back turns into a whole fiasco, bro. Ever since the mid 2000s, the 76ers are not a real organization. Oh my goodness.
Now, even go back, like, did you see the AI thing recently? How, like, there was a fundraising event with, like, sick children, and apparently he was having a bad day? Like, Jesus, that's a terrible look. Like, we don't need to talk about that. Like, for AI, if that's true, Jesus, Jesus, have fun living with that. But anyway, Pod, yeah, that's it. I don't got much else to say except North Carolina is beating Duke. If you want Super Bowl content, be sure to tune in to our episode that's already live. Drop your predictions there. And also, I'm stealing it from you, Blake, but drop your Giannis prediction down there and then something else that you'll make up. But that's it from me.
Yeah, run it up. Run it up socials. Follow us. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Share it out to your mom, your grandma, whoever. Yeah. Always stay fly. Peace.